shot in Akron. Came up short yet again against Joseline Navarro, but let's be honest, there's very few that haven't come up short against Joseline Navarro here in AIW. Her only 2 losses in women's matches come to Allison Kay and Thunder Rosa, 2 of the best in the world.
And that's certainly nothing to be ashamed of. And you might even say that she had some victories in those because of quite the learning experience from those 2 matches, and you've really seen the growth out of Joseline since those.
Katie Arquette trying to back Joseline up. Joseline getting the advantage. These 2 staying tied up, working along the ropes.
No strangers to each other, but they had not wrestled each other. I talked to Katie Arquette prior to that Akron match. These 2 had not met anywhere in about 3 to 4 years, but still pretty familiar folks.
Well, it had been both of them completely different competitors than they were 3 to 4 years ago.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we know that well about Joseline Navarro as she stacks Katie up, gets a 2 count out of it, follows right through into the cradle, rolling through. I mean, Joseline Navarro is an entirely different competitor than she was even, I would say, a year and a half ago, let alone 3 to 4 years ago. The growth out of her.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well,
and, just out of the way as Joseline came in, and now it's Joseline going face first into that middle turnbuckle.
She's got her scouted, that's for sure.
Yeah, that boot across the throat. Well, you got to think she was getting ready for that Akron show. She had already scouted her out. And since coming up short there, she's only been watching closer. Of course, meanwhile, since then, Joseline spoiled the AIW debut, Shazza McKenzie.
I don't know. You know, if you're not familiar with AIW, you may call that one an upset. But as we've talked about the growth of Joseline, I think it's just another hard-earned, well-earned victory from her at this point.
And I wouldn't at all call it an upset. You're absolutely right. While Shazza may be known more worldwide, Joseline has shown herself here, especially on her home turf, to be a measuring stick in women's wrestling. She sends Katie into that corner, now kicking her down to size, down to the mat.
Now this could be that corner cross body that,
we said Katie Arquette had her scouted out, and she was well prepared. Joseline just went face first into that bottom turnbuckle. Is absolutely sized up and spiked. 2 count only, though, for Katie Arquette.
I don't really know what you would call that. She basically sweeps the legs down of Joseline and then takes her face first into the canvas.
Coming charging in, that hip attack in the corner. Now pulls Joseline out, catches her in the Samoan drop, one swift motion, makes the cover, hook the leg 2, but that's all she gets.
No wasted motion there. Very effective.
But now, again, the frustration. We saw this before out of Katie. Arquette showing that frustration, annoyed with Tom Dunn rather than following up on it, rather than continuing to inflict punishment. Now she's going to look to ground Joseline, just cranking at those shoulders, knee planted firmly between the shoulder blades.
She's going to try to rip those shoulders out of Joseline here. This is, speaking of, I was bullied earlier by Zach Nystrom, but now Katie Arquette is trying to bully Joseline.
That is no easy feat at all.
I was going to say, I don't think that typically works out very well. Maybe it will here.
Boot to the jaw catches Joseline. Joseline waiting, though, patiently. Perhaps looking.
That's a hard forearm.
Forearm shot, and again, trying to get Katie set up. Goes up and over, landing on her feet, DDT!
How about that? Katie Arquette essentially trying to not have a pin situation there and push Joseline into the corner. Joseline with the ring awareness, using the ring to her advantage and getting over top and turning that into a DDT. What a an incredible sequence right there.
Well, and it may have even been Joseline setting up for that Widow's Peak style maneuver. We've
That's
seen
true,
her
too,
end
yeah.
matches with that time and time again. Katie well aware of it. Both competitors back to their feet on 8. Arquette charging in. Getting dropped by Joseline. Joseline looking for another one. It's caught up with the palm strike.
Just straight up to the face.
The forearm shot in the corner as that palm strike left Katie Arquette reeling. Now following through to the corner, Katie backdrop up and over. Joseline on the ring apron, slides underneath. Now coming up behind Katie, catches her coming out, and that's an exploder.
Both these competitors getting a little tired here. Oh my. The one thing I will say is because they have each other so well scouted, Joseline's going to go for a pin here. 2.
Just a straight kick to the temple.
So because they have each other well scouted, as we've said, and they're very familiar foes, we have seen a lot of reversals or moving out of the way. A lot of just dodging each other here because they have a good idea of what's coming, and that is taking up a lot of energy from the two of them. So there's certainly some exhaustion setting in for both of them here.
Oh, snap German suplex out of Katie Arquette. Joseline gets back to her feet but needs the corner to hold herself up. Shoulder block in the corner. Arquette elevates Joseline, trying to position her.
Oh my.
Big right hand.
My. Oh boy, I don't know if I trust these ropes, but Katie Arquette's going to try to.
Now what does she have in mind? Perhaps a superplex.
Joseline holding on to that top rope.
Now those forearm shots. Headbutt out of Joseline, drops Katie.
Joseline Navarro, Matt Wadsworth like I do.
Coming off, leg drop. Just dropping down across Katie Arquette. Only a 2 count.
I was going to say, if you know her like I do, you know she's not afraid to take a leap off that rope.
Joseline waiting for Katie to get up, hits the ropes. Katie's right behind her, though, the hip attack. Coming out.
Look at that, knew that Joseline was going to be following her.
But still, Joseline, again, this time ducks the clothesline attempt, spear out of Arquette. She pops right over, hooks the leg, 2, no!
Wow. I'll tell you what, I don't know that you can hit a spear much better than what she just did. But now, as we've come to see, the tantrums from Katie Arquette.
And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. She needs to follow up. Yes, it was surprising that Joseline got out of that. Joseline rolls her up. Only a 1 count out of it. But comes right back up with that right hand.
She's going to go for it again. You know what this is.
And this time, Katie's not out of the way. Big crossbody in the corner, nowhere to go. Wind knocked clean out of her. And now setting up, no, Joseline. Joseline just pulled Tom Dunn in. Joseline, went right to the throat, it looked like. And now rolled up, hook of the tights by Katie Arquette for a breakout.